They were getting ready for the big annual bonfire at Texas A&M. They build and burn a mammoth bonfire every year for the game against the University of Texas. Tonight, they are still picking an enormous pile of logs apart in the hope that maybe a student under there is still alive. The president of Texas A&M said today there will be no bonfire this year. The only other time it has been canceled since 1909 was when President Kennedy was murdered.
The spirit of this school is absolutely unbelievable. Determination to get on with life. I mean, this is a very special place with a very special hurt. I think this community will recover very fast and strong.
No matter how predictable we think life is, none of us knows what the next hour will bring. When we went to bed last evening, none of us thought that tonight we would be consumed with the grief that is now confronting all of us. All of us cried as we watched our loved ones being removed from the stacks of logs. We prayed that all would be alive, but they were not. We prayed that all of the injuries would be minor, but they were not. We prayed that our agony and our grief would end quickly, but it has not.
Last night and today, we saw community working together. We can't stop this now. This is a time to renew our commitment to one another. It's a time to show the world that the spirit that can never be told is alive and thriving. We can't focus on the sorrow that we're feeling now, but we must celebrate the way in which these Aggies have lived.
We will remember them as long as there is a Texas A&M and the Aggie spirit is alive. And that, my friends, is forever.
Howdy, and welcome to Build. My name is Rachel, and I'm in the Development and Training team. This video serves as the introduction to our safety video series. So let's get started by remembering why we started. On November 18th, 1999, at 2:42 a.m., the 59-foot high stack, consisting of about 5,000 logs, collapsed during construction. Of the 58 students and former students working on the stack, 12 were killed and 27 were injured. The accident led Texas A&M to officially cancel Bonfire, a tradition that had been going on for over 90 years. So this next quote is from one of our Build founders, the 2012 to 2013 Deputy Corps Commander. So you can read this, what Bryson says, but I think the really important part is that Build was formed as our generation's unifying collaborative project, built in the reverence of the tradition of Aggie Bonfire. So just kind of summarizing Build's history, when we first started building the medical clinics, the first 12 was part of the 12 for 12 campaign, which were dedicated to the Aggies who passed in the bonfire collapse. We then continued our tradition at the 5 for 5 campaign in 2017, and currently we're doing the Fallen Aggie Hero Project. So the reason I am bringing up in this safety video Bonfire and the bonfire collapse is for two main reasons. One, it's to show the origins of Build, and two, to show you how a safety incident can affect a program forever. So first and foremost, we want you to be safe and enjoy your experience at the Build site. We don't want anyone getting hurt, even if it is as small as a splinter. But secondly, we want to make sure that Build can continue to be a unifying tradition long after we have all graduated. If we have a serious safety incident on site, there is always the possibility that Build could get shut down like Bonfire did. So yes, I know that when you use a circular saw at home, you don't wear hearing protection, or when you use a sander, you've never worn a dust mask before. But we have different standards on our build site. Some of them are made mandatory through the university, like wearing safety glasses, but other standards we apply to ourselves, and we expect everyone to follow, even those adult supervisors. So as part of our safety video series, we have a whole host of videos coming out on the topics you see down below onto our YouTube channel. Some of these will be mandatory that everyone needs to watch. Others, if you have experience with the tool and you can pass a safety quiz, you don't necessarily have to watch the video. But the development and training team has put a lot of effort into these videos, and honestly, the more you know about a tool, the more comfortable you'll be, so we highly encourage you to watch them. Also, a new thing we're doing this semester is we're going to start bringing in external industry safety tools and start applying them to our construction site. So the first tool we're going to be using is called LPSA, and the way you use this is before you start any job, you read through this card and you answer the questions on this card. So for example, say that we were using a miter saw and we wanted to cut a piece of wood. So we would first assess the risk. What could go wrong? Well, maybe my partner who's helping me out might put his hand in the way of the blade. What is the worst thing that could happen if something does go wrong? Well, my partner could get very seriously injured. Analyze how to reduce the risk. Do I have all the necessary training and knowledge to do this job properly? Yes, I have watched the miter saw safety video. I have completed the on-site training. I am comfortable using this tool and I know how it works. Do I have all the proper tools and personal protective equipment? Yes, I'm wearing my safety glasses. I have on the appropriate attire for the build site. I have on my hearing protection. Act to ensure loss-free operations. Take the necessary action to ensure the job is done properly. I have cleared the area. I make sure my partner is well enough away when I'm using the miter saw. Follow the written procedures. Ask for assistance if needed. So that's an example of how you'd use it. You actually have to say out loud every single line and think through this, and it's better when you're doing it in a team. Another thing that we are bringing in is stop the line. So for those of you interested in medical careers, this is very important. It basically means that anybody can stop a job if there's any concern about safety or quality or anything. It doesn't matter if you're a volunteer or you're a student supervisor or you're a command team member. If you see anyone acting unsafely, whether it's the build CEO or the president of Texas A&M University, or if Lady Reveille comes down to site herself, starts working on a miter saw, but isn't wearing the proper PPE, which is safety glasses and hearing protection, you yell, "Stop the line!" You take action to address the safety risks, and then you start work again. Looking good, Lady Reveille. So thank you for listening to this safety overview video. I hope you really are excited to start construction just as we all are. This video isn't meant to scare you. It is meant for you to realize that you need to take safety seriously, and the only one looking out for you is you. So we're going to end all our videos like this. Safety is a choice you make. Thanks and gig 'em.